Okay guys, trying to learn a little about PLC programming. I work in an automation group at work as a mechanical design engineer. Learned a lot about robotics on my last job. That's how I landed this job. What I don't know is the PLC part of it. So I bought this little kit, got it put together, wired it up, bought a little Click PLC from Automation Direct. Let's show you the part number for that. It's a relay PLC, not a syncing, not a sourcing. That's important to know. I believe the difference in the relay is you don't have to worry about polarity. So that's positive and negative on your wiring. Also got this programming cable from Automation Direct. It allows you to convert your computer's USB port to this RS-232 programming port on the Click PLC, and that's one of these phone jack computer looking things. So we'll just go ahead and pop that sucker in there. And we're physically connected, hardwired to the computer's hardwired to the PLC now. Let's see if we have power. Looks like we have power to our PLC. Now what we do need to do is connect the software to the PLC. So I'm just going to click PLC, connect, and it brings up this dialog box that asks me to connect again. Let's see. Read the project from the PLC or don't read the project from the PLC. I'm not sure what projects on this PLC. I've written about 5 of these things. So I'm going to say don't read, because I want to put this particular project I have pulled up in there. It's just a few lines. It basically just, we just want to see if the switches function as they should, the inputs. So let's see. Let me see if I can write. Let's see. Get this. Go back to PLC again. And I want to write the project into the PLC. Now notice it's on run. I don't think it wants you to do that, but I think it will tell us. I've done this a few times now, so there's just another dialog box that's telling me it's writing, getting everything written, and it asks me, PLC is in run mode. Do you want to switch to stop mode? And you don't, hitting this OK right here, that means you just don't physically have to do that. It'll do it for you. Some of you guys that know may be able to correct me on that. And it says transfer completed. So this program from my computer is now in the PLC. And now it wants to ask me again if I want to go back to run. And I do. So I hit OK for that. Alright, so now look at our little program here. Let's look at our... Here you have kind of a normally, what I call normally open toggle switch. Both 1 and 2 are those things. It's just basically like a light switch. There's nothing going through that switch until I flip it. Alright, so it's open, it's a broken connection until I flip that switch. Okay? 3 is just a normally open, that's just me doing the power there. But 3 is just a normally open momentary switch. I press it to get power, let go, and it opens the switch. There's no more power coming through that. 4 is similar, is a momentary switch, but it's normally closed. There's power running through that, I believe, all the time, unless I tell it otherwise. And you may check me on that. Like I say, I'm new to this. Even the electrical terminology is a little bit foreign to me. So you guys check me on that. If you want to comment corrections, please do so. It'll help me. and you know, maybe anyone else that watches this video. So line 1 is just telling me close input 1. All right, I just chose that from this list over here. I'm just telling the computer and the PLC, this program, that that's a normally you know, that has to be closed to get power to output 1. Okay, so let's try that. It's open right now. When I close it, I get power to output 1. All right, likewise on the second line, switch 2 is basically the same type toggle switch. I'm going to give it the same type output you know, that I just selected off the list over here. So let's try it. And once input 2 is closed, we get power to the output light. Okay, and I'm just leaving these on. I suppose you could switch them back off. So I'm telling the program here that when input 3 is open, to put power to output 3. Now let me check this now. So when I press it, I get power. Alright, and very similar. Only thing is when I release it, I lose power. Okay, because this is a momentary switch. So just be cognizant of that. 4, I may have those labeled backwards, either in my program here or on my kit, on my box, because I've got output 4 closing and giving power to input 4 closing and giving power to output 4 momentarily. So that's basically all it does. I can switch these 2 back off. Okay, switch the whole thing off, and you know, we've just executed our first PLC program. Like I say, if you have any comments that will help me learn, great. If there's anything you want to discuss, leave comments below. That'd be great. Get us, you know, both learning. For you beginners like me, I'm a beginner too, so we'll all be starting off on the same footing. But leave some feedback, and we'll learn this stuff. Thanks.